Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Zay Plays here with another commentary, and this commentary is especially important and especially dope. Y'all want to know why? Here's why. Because today's gonna be the very first episode and the start of my new series called Motivation Mondays. So essentially, what's going to be going on in this series is I'm going to use the platform of YouTube to share and inspire people with my words and my stories. Right? So as you guys can see here, I just want just a little disclaimer. This is a video of another Rust gameplay. I only play Cabin Fever, so there's only about 5 or 6 maps that I play. All small maps. My apologies, but I can't stand those big maps in this game. With that being said, this video is also going to be a little bit longer than most of my other videos or the other Motivation Monday videos to come. If you guys want it to be these types of videos to be a little bit longer, let me know. If not, they'll probably be around like 10 minutes, maybe a little bit less. So how this idea came into my head was a few years back. I used to work at the grocery store, and my manager came up to me one day and said, "Isaiah, you talk way too much, right? I just need you to work. Maybe one day later on in life, you'll be able to talk to people, communicate, and help them out with your words and your wisdom. But right now, I just need you to work. That's it." So I was thinking the other day, and I said, "Hey, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity for me to spread my message and try and make the world a better place and try to help people live their best lives." Essentially, how this is going to work and how this Motivation Monday is going to work is that I'm going to be sharing inspirational stories from my life and stories from other people, such as like maybe something like a Michael Jordan, if he has an inspirational story, um, guys that I grew up with, maybe their story to help motivate you. I also want to find other social media outlets, maybe books that I've read, players that I've played with, um, videos on YouTube that I might really like and want to share my opinions and how I feel about these videos and how it could help and impact you guys in your life and see how that goes. Um, with that being said, all of these videos will have a trend or they'll have a keyword or a cliche attached to them essentially. And usually, what this would mean is that I would have an idea coming into the video of how this story is going to, what direction the story is going to go into, pretty much. So essentially, here's like a list of keywords. I have a bunch of things written down, so if my thoughts are really mixed up and jumbled, I'm sorry about that. I'm trying to be as neat and concise as possible, but let's see how it goes. Here's the list so far of what I have. So persistence is a big word. Perseverance, dedication, discipline, self-belief, positive self-talk, confidence. And here's kind of where the cliches and maybe one-liners type of thing comes into play. Being vulnerable, and willing to force yourself out of your comfort zone to improve yourself. Determination is another big word. I don't know if I already said that, but I don't think I did. The ability to self-reflect, and preparation is another big one to help keep people on track and motivated. So, but that being said, the message for today is inspiration and motivation, because there is a difference between both of them. Very fine line, but there's a difference, and I'll get into that a little bit later. As well as, in general, just cliches. This is kind of more just a general day. Not really going to get into any stories. Not really going to get super deep into what I want to talk about. This is just a general breakdown of what's going to happen with this series and how it's going to work. Sorry about that. I'll get my other notes. Okay. So once I've went over the story and you guys listen and you guys are wondering, hey, what does this have to do with my life and how could this make me a better person? How is this going to help me? I have a solution for that. What you guys are thinking? I'm gonna have a debrief at the end of every single episode, pretty much explaining where I'm gonna tie in everything all together, break down what the story and break down what the story said and my general outlook of what's necessary and the connections that need to be made during this message for the day. So essentially, I'm just gonna go over what was said in the story, what you should take from it, and obviously if you guys take something else from the story, don't be afraid to comment it down below and let me know what you guys think, because I'd love to hear it. By the way, just a quick little preface or a quick little statement. If anyone can figure out what type of media that I use to inspire this, put it down in the description below, and I'll shout out whoever is closest or whoever hits the nail right on the head. So today, what we're going to be talking about is inspiration and motivation to begin with. And I already kind of told a story today when my manager told me at the grocery store, you gotta stop talking, but maybe one day you can find a job or something that you could use that platform to communicate to people and help others. But right now, this isn't the time. So trying to tie that in with inspiration and motivation, right? Because inspiration and motivation are two completely different things. And the difference is, you know what? A little bit off topic here, but pause the video and let me know what the difference is between inspiration and motivation. I know I'm asking a lot, but if you guys just want to go through one thing and give your opinion or answer one question, this is probably the one I would like you to answer the most. What is the difference between inspiration and motivation? And don't cheat. Pause the video, type your comment in, and then I'm going to give you the answer right now. So the biggest difference between inspiration and motivation is inspiration is an external force acting on you to get you to do something, while motivation is all internal and it is deep within you, and everyone has it to an extent, and this is what you use to carry on with your days and make things happen. So essentially what I'm trying to say, how to connect this to the story, is when my manager said, you can't talk right now, but I need it, but maybe one day you can. I use that as an external force, as inspiration to motivate me today, a few years later, to make a YouTube account and make this series to try and help people. There's a very fine line between inspiration and motivation, and a lot of people don't know, and this is just my version of it and kind of what I think it is. The second topic that we're going to try and talk about today is just another little story, and this is about cliches and how I feel about them. So this happened about, let's say 8 months ago, give or take. I was talking to my football coach, and he said, Isaiah, I feel anytime I have a comment or something happens, you always have a one-liner for me. And I don't know why, but keep doing what you're doing. So by one-liner or cliche, I mean things like, there's only one place to go, coach. If you're at the bottom, that's up, baby. Or just other examples like, all I know is to do one thing, coach, and that's to grind. Today wasn't a good day, but I'm gonna run until it is one. And a lot of people don't really like cliches because they're redundant and they're oversaid and overstated. But for me, I believe that cliches are only cliches. I know that's kind of redundant and repetitive too, but cliches are only cliches to people that don't live that life. When somebody says, all gas, no brakes, or all I know is how to grind, that's a lifestyle that people live and people choose for themselves. People that don't understand that grind or don't understand that they're always going or have a high motor would think that the cliche is lame or oversaid or overstated. But once you adjust your mind, cliches start to make a lot more sense, and you really feel those cliches and take them to heart when you say them. You don't just say it for fun and game, you say it because that's what you actually believe, and that's how you actually feel. So that was the debrief for today. The video actually ended up working out pretty well on time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have an amazing day, guys. Stay motivated. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and comment. Peace.